Yeah, we'll see. We'll definitely see you soon. All right, I'm gonna go live here. I gotta go through this quick because I also have an 8:30 appointment that I gotta run to. So I'll be 8:05 or so. All right. Yeah, I think that's working. Everything is up and running. Looks like to me. My crosshair also shows up. Sweet. Yay. So silver. I'm using the 2 hour chart just because we are analyzing quite a bit lately, and there's great micro movements to catch here. So we can see that silver came down and actually tested the trend line that we currently have running. But as you can see, it actually had a difficult time getting up even above this this resistance here. So we've tested going above this line. This is a major point of, this. Let's get this box. Great. Where is it?
Okay, honey, move that way. Go over there. Go over there.
Right here. There we go. So you can see here, I've got the, I'm just going to go ahead. You so that the conversation with the dogs is behind the scenes. So here we have this, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. So you can see I've got this gold rectangle here. This is a major pivot point. I'm going to extend it though, because we can see just how much it has. Yeah, it's a little bit larger. And what we're doing here is we can see that we went above it a little bit, but we've dipped back in. We're not really breaking out of it on the silver chart. So we're really very much in this consolidation zone still. It'll be interesting to see what happens, especially with the inauguration. I know that there's still a lot of anticipation that Trump is going to save the economy, and so I suspect that he will for the short term. People are looking for that big win, and I think he's going to deliver it, as fake as it might be. With gold, we can see also it's following that same pattern. Here, yeah, this trend line here is actually more so I think, yeah, look at that. It's this. So we actually have an inner trend line happening. These trends are, yeah, that's interesting. Over this last little while, this trend has actually butted up against this old pivot point. So I'm going to go ahead and box probably around like this. This area here is going to be of great interest. It'll provide a lot of resistance. If it goes up above, it's going to be only because there are enough people who do not trust that the American economy is on the rise. But I think that sentiment will be shifting this week. Dow Jones already showing some strength here as we're leading up to inauguration, which is today. So, yep, and I do expect that this pivot point here, there are a few touch points on this pivot point, but I think that we're going to be jumping up above that here right away and continuing our climb back up to the all-time high and beyond. Global 30 on crypto. Remember what I said earlier last week, that I think that leading up to the election, we're going to see a lot of whiplash in the price action, a lot of volatility, and definitely that has definitely come to pass. The global 30 right now is really staying in that average area after this dip down. You can see just how much it dropped there last week on Sunday, and it dropped on Sunday rather, and immediately, even in the same day, came back up to its original levels. Likely to see this continue to rise only because we're here. The amount of I'll be going over some news from Virtual Bacon that shows that we are definitely in a prime position. Bitcoin actually creating a new all-time high yesterday. So we got to move our marker. So we topped out at $109,396.43. This is on Bitcoin. So that's a new all-time high. Very, very good to see. I think it will continue to see all-time highs form. We're definitely outside of any possible downward trend. Sure, after that previous all-time high, right after the election, when we got that 108,000 Bitcoin, dropped down and even went down to test that 90,000 mark. But after getting above that $100,000 this last time, one quick test of 98, but we've shot back up now up to 109 and hanging out right now just above 107,000. So we are here. But of course, to make sure that we don't get too excited, Ethereum is still being the shit coin that it is. Staying within the bearish trend that started forming in December. We are continuing to look downwards. However, I do believe that we are at the end of this runway. The biggest reason why is because, well, and again, we'll cover that when we go through the news updates, but there are massive bids for a lot of altcoins to now have ETFs attached to them. So I think we're going to see that rising tide very soon. Cardano now holding out on the top side of this pennant pattern that's been forming since mid-December. Very, very good to see with this new high that was formed on January 17th. We are definitely in a good position to rise up higher, even with all this. Look at this. Look at how much whiplash there was. It went down from $16, down 10%, up 9%, down 12%, up 8%, down again 12%, up 13%. So this whiplash we've seen over the weekend is precisely what I expected to have happen, because what we're seeing occur is a lot of money coming into these L1 coins, layer 1 coins. So Ethereum, Cardano, Solana, we got Polkadot, what are some other, like Invective token. But then after people are putting their money into these altcoins, they're then moving them into some of the micro coins. For instance, Polygon, Destra Network, 0x0, Arc, Beam, a lot of these layer 2 coins are where the liquidity is ending up. And so there's volatility in the altcoins because you have to get the altcoin first. So price goes up when you buy the altcoin, but then the price goes down when you sell that for another asset, right? So this volatility is certainly indicative of people getting in position for the next bull run. Solana created a new all-time high over the weekend. Very good all-time high at $295. It is expected. And even after that, the retracement that occurred was a very, very quick 22% drop, finding new support. And we might even see one more. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually touched this pivot point here. Wow, and you know what? We basically touched it. Yeah, we basically touched it. This pivot point. You see some contact points there. But look at how that old pivot area, that old pivot zone has definitely been well tested. Injective. Again, some great volatility over the last few days. Fetch, same idea. Look at this whiplash. Polygon, also whiplashing here, even at these low price points. 3 protocol, finding new lows. It went up high there just coming into the weekend. but then it's dropped back down again. In fact, we're dealing with such small amounts here. In fact, it dropped 30%. So again, great buying area. Woo, same idea. Nice and low. Reaching down for the depths of these lows to get the most out of the growth cuts coming. Destra network. Seeing some of that volatility that came along with this flux of liquidity. 0 by 0, also seeing some of that whiplash. A lot of this could very well be as a result of them being tied to Ethereum, right? Because Ethereum did get its whiplash as well. So on to IOS network. IOS network also had the volatility go up, but of course this volatility is right inside this pivot zone, all happening inside this pivot zone. So let's extend it out so we can see. So this pivot zone is a major key area right now for this price action on IOS. Anyone dipping down nice and low, going on sale, $1.18 right now. And remember, folks, the all-time high on this is actually quite a ways out. Oh, maybe not. Maybe that's as far. Yeah. Okay. So the all-time high is right here. So between here and there, between where we are right now and that all-time high is 100%. So just getting back to the all-time high, you'll double your money on that. ARC. Finding these lows very attractive, but you can see that it's ready. When the liquidity came in over the weekend, it definitely experienced that price fluctuation. So we're in position. Link AI, same idea, nice and low. This is beautiful, folks. Can't get a better price right now in the markets. With inauguration coming up today, I think that we're going to see this week I think is going to be quite epic. WorldCoin, again, finding nice deep lows within this retracement, but it's not so low that it's outside of the scope like what we saw with like 3 protocol or anything like that. We're low, but we're not at the lowest. We're at a very good position. I'm going to go to the daily chart so you can see the big scope of things. You can see it can go much lower. In fact, it could even go to half of the price and it would still be maintaining its bearish state. Or sorry, its bullish state. So let's watch for it. I think that we are at that crucial point where things are going to take off right away. Neural AI, beautifully bouncing off of that pivot point where I bought at the end of November. Beam also finding some support at old pivot line. PAL still rising. See, we're getting closer to this bottom trend line with this as this whiplash has occurred. It actually hasn't gone lower, but as a result of this trend line rising, we're actually getting closer to that trend line on the bottom. Great position for PAL. FAR actually going a little bit lower over the last little while. Probably because people are recognizing that the gaming coins are going to be a little bit behind, probably pushing their holdings into things like AI, real world assets. This trend line here for IMX, we can see that push to go below the trend line, the rising trend line is there. But at the same time, remember how I've shared with you in the past, the larger time frame rules the lower time frames. So on the daily chart, we've got this pennant pattern forming. And so the price coming down to test that longer term trend line is very normal. And it's not to be confused with a bearish breakout of out of this channel here, because this channel is just such short term compared to the pennant. For Superverse, oh my goodness, it's just like screaming out to everybody, come buy me, I'm on sale. Price bottoming out yesterday at or no, that's this morning. No, yeah, yesterday. No, it is today. Bottoming out today at $1.03. Right now, sitting at $1.12. In great position to double here in the next week or so, coming back to these previous highs from December 12th. That's not even all-time high, folks. That's just to bring us back to December 12th. Clearpool did not dip down nearly as much as some of the other assets that are out there. So less volatility, just showing there's probably less volume going through this one. Seed World experienced a lot of volatility over the weekend. You know, it went from, look at how low it was, went low from here, went up 38%, and then come right back down. Non-playable coin also seeing that volatility come into play, but is definitely loading up. That did not go down lower than it did before. This January 18 low has maintained structure, and especially with the high that came back on Friday, we're seeing this load up, and even this consolidation. It's very, very brief. If I can see it in the 15. Yep. Yep. This 15-minute chart is showing it very, very well. But you can see there was this high back on Friday the 17th. Came down all this way and has been whiplashing back and forth ever since. So this is very indicative. This drop of price coming out of that drop with a nice big shoot coming up to where it fell from. And this whiplash is showing us we're getting accumulation. Lots of accumulation. SPX 6900. Let's go to the 2-hour chart. There we have it. Lots of volatility. In fact, I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is a new high. Yes, indeed. Over the weekend, we formed another new high on SPX. Went up to $1.80. All right, there we go. It's a super short market analysis today. I know I burnt through this, but I wanted to make sure that I opened up the call here to, I was going to also find news. And bookmarks. Here we go. 1 hour ago, he posted. Saw this when I was on my way here. All right, market updates briefly. Bitcoin surged past $109,000, which was the previous all-time high, during speculation of pro-crypto policies under Trump. MicroStrategy, Sailor. So MicroStrategy is one of the investment firms that is involved in a lot of these ETFs. So they are making they hint at another Bitcoin buy, marking 11 consecutive weeks of accumulation. So they just keep on adding Bitcoin to their holdings. Now standing at 450,000 Bitcoin. 450,000 Bitcoin. You times that by 100,000. What do you get? What's another 5 zeros added onto that? Another 5 zeros. That's one. Was that 4.5 billion? Yeah, 4.5 billion. Trump, the meme coin, hit a 71 billion fully diluted value, sparking rumors of potential U.S. crypto tax reforms. Yeah, Trump has been talking about making it where gains that you make off of cryptos are tax-free. So this is, he would want that too, especially since it looks like he's been making some meme coins even for Melania as well. And the Melania There's one of the wallets I saw had I think one of the wallets saw had 70% of the coins in circulation in that one wallet. So of course he wants to see tax-free cryptos because he's invested in it, and his coin went from something like well, it was under $1 billion market cap this week, went up to 70 billion market cap in very, very short order. So it's happening, folks. And memes are leading the way. Mad Lads NFT climbs to sixth place with 188 million market cap as Solana hits $287 at all-time high, fueled by the Trump meme coin frenzy, boosting Solana-based assets. What's interesting to note is that there was so much volume in Solana that Coinbase, I think it was Coinbase, they had a difficult time with processing the transactions, meaning they weren't able to process the transactions fast enough, which is a problem that every Bitcoin or every cryptocurrency says we need to solve. And so when I saw that they said that they didn't anticipate the volume. It's like, what have you been doing the last 3 years? Because everybody else anticipated this volume. Where have you been? That's basically my sentiment towards Coinbase for their oh, we didn't know this was going to happen. Oh, come on, guys. Get with the program. Highlights. Asset managers file a wave of crypto ETF proposals. This is what I wanted to talk about. Including Litecoin, Solana, and XRP funds as Trump's pro-crypto inauguration nears. So this is crucial, folks. They want to just do ETFs on all this stuff. They just want to put ETFs on everything. They want to trade what doesn't exist. Trump credits his election for stock and Bitcoin rallies, branding it the Trump effect. I remember the effect by putting the word effect into a brand. Oh my gosh, that's a 2008 marketing strategy. Helium founder. Helium is another crypto network. Amir Halim vows to fight the lawsuit from the Security Commission, calling it blood boiling. Agency accuses Nova Labs of unregistered security sales and misleading partnership claims. Very, very interesting. Yeah. This Nova Labs is the developer community that created Helium. And yeah, the Security Commission is saying that, oh, they have done unregistered security sales. You've misled your partners. And it's like, guys, you would need to have a claim of harm, loss, and damage in order for the law to come into effect. And there's been no claims. So it's like the Security Commission is just coming up with garbage policies because they got nothing better to do, because they're that irrelevant. They're just desperately clamoring and clawing at whatever relevance they have left to keep it. And yeah, it's just the way it is. World Liberty Financial sees token sales soar to 254 million after Trump and Millennia meme coin launches, prompting a new 5% token supply sale. So World Liberty Financial, that's I think, from what I gather, this is a company that is being basically the purveyor of these meme coins. So yeah, huge things happening, and I think that this week especially is going to translate this week especially is going to translate into some major movements. So there we have it. Market analysis, super brief market analysis here for Monday. Again, only because I've got an appointment coming up here soon. So I'll open up the call here. Feel free to ask questions. For those of you who are tuning in online, feel free to text your questions in the chat stream. Let's see them here inside StreamYard.
I got nothing.
Nothing.
Not today.
No worries. Well, yeah,
Not
you're
today.
busy. You're busy, and I'll see you in just a few hours.
Yeah, exciting. Okay. Take care, everybody.
Take care, everybody. Bye bye.